Are black cherries poisonous to goats? Well, let's see. I've never had a problem, and they love black cherries. I've got a black cherry right here over this little 3-acre goat pen that goes real long out that way. There's a black cherry, another black cherry, another black cherry, and I don't leave them in the pen. I take them all out. I take them for walks every day. And when I'm lucky and there's a storm break, I always give them their black cherries. Don't I, girls? Do I give you the black cherries? Do you like black cherries? Never hurts them. Never. There's a black cherry hanging right over the top of their pen. These particular goats are, I think, about 8, 9 years old. The one over there, and that one there's about 4. Been living on black cherries their whole life. Of course, they eat other things. There's nothing that a goat would kill itself on, unless you're starving your animals to death. Now remember, goats don't live on grass. Nobody can, not even cows. You've got to supplement their diet with other kinds of broadleaf plants, such as, you know, beans, soybean, or clover, alfalfa, legumes. And goats especially need, you know, they need to browse. They need to eat tree limbs and stuff. There's black cherries all over my place. And there is no harm ever done to any of my animals from black cherry. I've heard the Monsanto USDA noxious plants lists, which have been sued in Europe because they told lies to sell their herbicide. Monsanto has taken over the USDA. I've said that many times. Every 4 years, it doesn't matter if the president is Democrat, Republican, Independent, they always appoint another Monsanto man to run the USDA. And the USDA runs everything in farming, timber and forestry and wildlife and everything else. It's all them, USDA. And they are controlled by Monsanto Herbicide Corporation. They want you to get rid of even this milkweed. I'm guaranteeing you it's on the noxious plants list. I'm supposed to get rid of that, or I'll lose my livestock. Everything you see here that's weeds, they probably got it on the list. But the fact is, I've never lost an animal. I've got pet deer, bottle-fed deer, but horses. I've had cows. I've had goats, all of that. Turkeys, chickens, ducks, peacocks, you name it. I've had it all. Geese. I've never had an animal die from eating a wild plant. It was poisonous. And yes, I've got everything out here. Every kind of wild plant. I don't kill wild plants. I mow because I like to see a lot of, you know, open land, but not a whole lot of open land, because animals need cover and they need variety. But please, you know, don't go freaking out and cutting down all your black cherry trees and all that because you think they're going to kill something. Because I'm telling you, my goats eat them. If I had a limb close, I'd snap it off and show you. I think I've made a video of that before. Pretty sure. But let's see. Maybe I can find a limb, snap it off and bring it over. Show you that I feed my goats wild cherry. They eat what they want. If they don't want it, they don't eat it. And yes, they always eat wild cherry. They love it. It's delicious. And of course, I have made, out of the strong bark, I've made tea for medicine about 15 years ago when I read a book on it. And it was just to keep me from getting a cold or something. It's supposed to be good for you. A spring tonic or something, early spring. You guys want to go for a walk, ladies? Think you do? Turkeys want to go for a walk? I can't find any cherry that I can reach. Maybe I can reach this one. I can't reach that one. Can't reach it. Sorry, girl, can't reach it. These two are friends. The duck and that turkey are friends. Mr. Wade the duck, and his name is Quackatola Wade, and that is Eugene, and that is William. Hey Eugene, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna snap off a cherry limb, because people don't believe unless they see. And if you watch my video in the future, you'll still see my goats doing just fine. And cherry wood is very brittle. See all the little black cherries on there? You can actually make jelly out of them. The old timers did. They valued these. Let them have some cherry fruit while they're at it. See how many I can break off. Oh, I can't break off nothing. Maybe over here I can. Pull this down with one hand. Oh well. At least it's easy to snap. Okay, here's just a few, but oh, I just watched a video and this guy was all freaking out, saying, my wife was having a baby and I came home and saw a cherry tree had fallen and my goats, good thing I keep my goats pinned up. I'm gonna burn the whole tree. Anyway, then he said, I gotta pin up my chickens, they might eat a leaf. This is really because he read, of course, stuff that ain't real. Looky, they love cherry. See, they have everything they want to eat. But cherry's delicious. Who doesn't like cherry? They're kind of full. He'll eat a little, but they like it. I mean, they eat it. But my goats are by no means starving. They don't even stay in here very much. This is where they go to sleep at night. They get out there with everybody else. I'll put those leads on them, leashes, and I'll let them run around dragging those leashes. That way, when it's time to put them up, I can make them come home by walking them back. Because they just love walking out there eating all night long. Well, anyway, you see they're eating the cherry leaves just fine and enjoying them. And they're going to be just fine, except they're going to have more nutrition. Just like you, if you ate cherries. There's fruit on there, there's leaves and there's twigs, there's bark, saps. Remember, Mount Sinai was sued in Europe for lying about and falsifying information about the harmlessness of their product and the toxicity of plants. They do research on allelopathy to show that weeds can stop other plants from growing and all their stuff is just a bunch of BS. But of course it's a corporation, and the whole thing is if you get the government and you take in your corporation into the middle of the government, start printing paperwork and sending it out to farmers, they're going to believe what the government tells them, but it is not the truth. My goats are not going to die, and they eat this stuff all the time. Look at there, there's all kinds of evidence of cherry limbs breaking in their pen, and I bring them cherry limbs, and I'm not new to farming. I'm a 54, maybe 55-year-old man who's been doing it all my life around the country, and even in Canada, in Alberta, so I know quite a bit about plants and what'll kill your livestock. I've never had anything kill my livestock. The only thing I'd be worried about would be giant hemlock. That would kill them, but I doubt very seriously they would ever eat it because hemlock stinks. It really stinks. Socrates killed himself eating hemlock seeds. But they lie about this perilla mint. They say it's deadly, and I looked up what is the chemical that they claim is so deadly. Menthol? They claim it's menthol. Okay, freaks. I can even eat concentrated menthol and I'm not going to die. My animals as well, so they shouldn't have lied about perilla mint either. It's also known as shiso in Japan. They eat it. I can buy shiso or perilla mint seeds in garden catalogs for human consumption. Here it is in my pens. I don't have any animals dying. The point is, though, animals don't eat any mint plants. They don't like mint plants. They don't like menthol. So if your animal did die, and there's perilla mint in the pen, and it ate perilla mint, it didn't die from the perilla mint. It died because it was starving to death. You guys agree with me? What do you think? It's true? Aren't y'all cute? I just love turkeys. Yes, I do. Okay. Bye.